Good morning, class. Come on in, enter, forward, march. Squad halt. Come to attention. Proper position of attention. Everybody, prepare to take seats. Take seats. All right, good morning, class. Glad you are here. We have a fun lecture today. Today we're talking about team sports in our personal fitness class. So it's going to be your personal fitness week 5, or excuse me, 6 weeks, week 5. All right. So without further ado, how many of you play team sports? Show of hands. You know what team sports are, right? Like football, soccer, basketball, baseball. Anybody else think of some?
Volleyball.
Volleyball, that's a good one. Maybe tennis, if you play in sets of 2. Most of the time tennis is an individual sport. So individual sport is a sport played by one person or by yourself, and usually you compete against yourself. Team sports are where you play with a whole team of folks. So we'll get into that. All right, so get my notes right here. So let's start out with some of our vocabulary words. All right. Remember health? That's kind of dim. Try with a little bit bigger one. Can you tell me what health is? Yeah?
Being fit.
That's right. It's partially that, but it's being physically fit, emotionally fit, spiritual fit, environmentally fit. All right, we talked about that a little bit on the last one. So there's our basic health. We went over that. So now we're going to go a little bit further. Health related something's connected, right? Like relationship. That's another word similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
Health related fitness. Health related fitness. Exercises. Exercises which contribute. Oh, make sure you guys take out your papers, your notebooks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got their notebooks? Okay. Which contribute to overall health. Health-related fitness. Exercises which contribute to overall health. Okay? And then we're going to have something similar to that, which is skill-related fitness. And what do you think that would be? If this is for health-related, this is skill-related. Would be exercises which contribute to performance. Exercises which contribute to performance. To performance in sports and physical activities. Y'all can still see that. It's getting a little small. Sports and physical all right, contributes to performance in sports and physical activities. Okay, so that's the vocabulary words that will probably be on the quiz, right? Always pay attention to anything that might be on the test. Okay, so we have that. Everybody got this written down? I'll give you a few seconds to take a look at it. Any questions? Health related, helps your health. Skill related is health. So we're gonna get into those more during the lecture where we actually get up into it. All right, so after that, you have that on the first part. Below that in your notebooks, actually, when we start a different page for your warm-up. All right? And you know what's awesome about warm-ups? This is a fitness class. So we're talking about warm-ups in fitness while doing a warm-up in an academic setting. Isn't that interesting how the word warm-up has two different meanings depending on what we're doing, right? So right now, a warm-up basically gets you ready, right? It comes from a fitness, comes from the fitness term to get your muscles warm, because you want your muscles warm so that they don't get injuries or don't cramp up. You know, in cold weather, the muscles tend to tighten up a little bit. So if you stretch them out, do a little practice run, you'll see, like before a race, runners will run just a little bit to kind of, what they're saying is warming up their muscles, warming up their body temperature. So that gets them ready to perform well. When we do warm-ups in school, it's gonna get you ready to perform well too, right? You wanna do well on the test, everybody wants to max out those grades. So let's go through that. Our warm-up is why would, just think about this. Why would someone still a little bit damp up here. Why would someone just, or actually I should put people, how about that? That's a little more concise. We'll be as concise as possible. Why would people decide to play team sports? All right. So why would someone decide to play team sports? So if you would, put on your warm-up exercises some ideas why people would want to play a team sport. Okay? I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to work on that. Let's take about 2-3 minutes to jot down some ideas. You can use your mind map method. You could do the outline method, or you could just write a couple sentences, whichever one you guys like the best. Whatever you're most comfortable with to brainstorm. Okay? And come around and check on your work. Okay. you are doing pretty well. So let's go ahead and I'll give you some answers from the book. First off, do you have anybody want to share what why people would decide to play team sports? What do you think?
To win a trophy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's a good answer. Win a trophy. So Cadet C, have you ever won a trophy or got a trophy for something?
No.
No. Well, you can always change that, right? You can decide to play team sports. So a trophy, right? So a trophy definitely gives you a sense of accomplishment, right? It's something that you can show, and you can show other people, and they can appreciate it, right? So one of the reasons that the Texas standards list is that there's a team building, there's a cultural perception, right? Some cultures tend to play team sports, especially if you look down in like South America. The Aztecs and some of the ancient cultures had different games where they would play like a stickball. The Mayans and the Aztecs would play, and it was almost kind of similar to what we would call soccer. Although, just a side note, most of the world calls soccer football. All right, we call this football, right? This is our football. Anybody want to catch? Anybody? You want to catch? No? Okay, that's all right. I'll just hold on to it. So, but this is one of the only classes where you'd actually get to throw and catch a football, all right? So football is this is American football, right? Soccer is what the rest of, or was what we call it. The rest of the world calls the soccer ball the football, all right? So some of the other reasons, fun. Sports are fun. So let's write some of these down, right? And you can take notes on your original page, or you can just listen along. So fun. Yeah, sports are fun. You get a good, you have good times, you make something, you get a trophy, all that's very fun, right? Make a touchdown, get a soccer goal, that's enjoyable, that's really fun. Okay, one of the other ones they say is friendship. There's a person that lives in Bastrop that I played football with when I was in high school 30-ish years ago, and he and I are still friends to this day. You know, we ended up working out together. Now we're not like super close friends, but every time we pass each other in HEB or in the streets or something, we go, "Hey, what's going on, buddy?" And so it's always nice. You make like lifelong friends whenever you play sports. You know, some of you may have played sports and have some friends that that you met along the way that you wouldn't have met otherwise that have similar interests to you, right? So definitely. So fun, friendship. We said culture, right? Some of it's part of the culture, especially if it's your family culture or something, you know. Let me get my notes over here. Perception. Perception. Team building is another one. All right, team building. Now notice it doesn't say money. So as far as the book is concerned, money is not a reason. And let me cover that a little bit. Now, lots of people go out to play sports thinking, oh, I'm going to be in the NFL, I'm going to make millions of dollars like these athletes and stuff. But let's put on our math hats for just a second. There's a lot of students and student athletes that have this dream. But if you look at, like, say, let's use football for an example. there's thousands and thousands of kids, hundreds of thousands of kids that play football, even just in Texas. And of those, when they go to college, college only needs a few because there's fewer colleges than high schools, right? We have high schools, there's 2 just in Bastrop. How many colleges do we have in Bastrop? 0. If you look at Bastrop County, how many high schools in Bastrop County? Well, you got Elgin, McDade, Bastrop, Cedar Creek, Smithville. And how many college football programs are there in Bastrop County? 0. So there's a lot of students playing football that aren't necessarily going to get picked up. So the few colleges that are in Austin, they have these big programs. They only want the best of the best. And also sometimes the best students, or best athletes, I should say, student athletes, end up getting injured. So then it shrinks down again because of the colleges you have. So let's go ahead and draw this out so we can kind of visualize it, right? So here's all the high schools. Yeah, that's not a very good color. I'll use a darker color. So there's all these high schools, right? So we'll just do, there's Bastrop and Bastrop County. And then we'll do, say this will be Lee County, which is the county beside us. Lee County. And then there's a whole bunch in Travis County, right? There's probably like 10 or 15 high schools. So we'll say this is Travis County. And if you think about it, each of these teams has a lot of kids on it, right? There's probably, I don't know how many students there are in Bastrop, but there's a lot. And I'm not doing this to discourage you, because some people will go, but studies and grades are first. Athletics, if you have that ability and you work it, good for you, right? Everybody can have a dream, but also be realistic that there's all these high schools, and then there's how many schools have football programs around here? We have UT, we have Southwestern up in Georgetown, or Southwestern, yeah. We have Texas State, San Marcos, that has a football program. And I'm trying to think if there's any that I missed that are actually competitive colleges with football programs in our area. Not that I can think of. So these schools, they pull from here, but they pull from all over the place. So if there's only 100 for UT, 100 for Southwest, and 100 for Texas State and San Marcos, not 1,000, 100. So there's about 300, whereas each of these have like 40 to 50 on any team. So some of these schools won't even have somebody picked to go to one of these schools, all right? Then the NFL, how many NFL teams do we have in Austin? 0, right? How many NFL teams do we have in Central Texas? San Antonio doesn't have one, but San Antonio has a lot of colleges and high schools, right? So there'll be thousands and thousands of people in San Antonio that play football. So then you go to the NFL, we only have really 2 teams in the whole state of Texas, right? Dallas Cowboys. Who's a Dallas Cowboys fan? Woo-woo. Houston Texans. Got some Houston Texans fans.
Yeah.
I was going to say J.J. Watt, but he doesn't play with them anymore, right?
Oh.
J.J. Watt left.
Bummer.
So you have the Dallas Cowboys and Houston Texans, right? And they can pick from any college anywhere, and there's a lot more colleges than there are teams. This is just Central Texas area. We didn't count Houston colleges. We didn't count San Antonio College. Well, we kind of did. Where else? Corpus Christi. There's colleges down there with kids playing that aren't going to end up over here. So anyway, my point is not to discourage you, but the people that are going to make big money at NFL, they've been through so many different levels of filtering out, and they get to the NFL and they could get injured. We have a person that has a business here in Bastrop that got injured in the NFL in his spring training, didn't get to start. Never got to put foot on the field after all that work. He came from Bastrop. Some of y'all might know him. He has BAM Nutrition. You know Bernard Blake.
Mhm.
He was with Green Bay, and then got injured, and he was no longer with Green Bay anymore. So NFL is kind of like not for long, right? So anyway, we just wanted to go over this real quick because that's something that can happen. So let's get away from the negatives. Let's keep talking about the positives. The positives of sports, though, it's going to make you healthy. It's going to be fun, friendship, right? Everybody likes that. Having friends, having some fun. And also the exercises that you do here at the JJAEP, the boot camp, will get you in good shape if you do want to go back and play some sports when you return to your home campuses. So we are going to look a little bit to kind of fire up and charge things up a little bit again, change gears, at the Bastrop High School football. They made a video. I want to just play that for you a little bit. Let's see if it's going to fire up. I'll catch the lights real quick while it's warming up. Any questions so far?
No.
Are you doing good? There we go. Bastrop Bears.
Hang on outside today. Tryna hide from the camera. I ain't going outside today. Couldn't find a tick, so I'm drinking on activate. I'ma put up a star. We gon' do a drive-by in the rain. I'ma take it to trial. Put it on our big decay. Tryna hide from the camera. I ain't going outside today. Couldn't find a tick, so I'm drinking on activate. I'ma put up a star. We gon' do a drive-by in the rain. I'ma take it to trial. Put it on our big decay.
Oh, sorry. Got a little soon.
Daniel Jones looks to turn it upfield. Can he find the crease for a big game? Green looks to the outside. Take it up the field. He's got it.
All right, Bear Nation. There you go.
Mhm.
That looks pretty good, huh? High school seniors. Let me catch slide two. Yep. So we like those Bastrop Bears. We got to pause this.
And I'm shining bright 'cause I'm really great.
We'll watch some more of those in just a little bit. I just want to make sure that we hit all the vocabulary words that you need to know for the test. All right. One of the other ones is sportsmanship. Let me turn this off for just a second. Sportsmanship is a real important vocabulary word. So what is sportsmanship? All right. Sportsmanship is the way the game is played fairly Actually, tell you what, let me get you the clinical definition, as we say. All right? Turn this off for just a second. Well, first off, think a little bit about what sportsmanship means to you, right? It means playing fairly. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
See if I have it. Give me just a minute. So sportsmanship, definition: when teammates, opponents, coaches, and officials treat each other with respect. So let's use this in a sentence. It has been a fierce game, but the opposing team still practice good sportsmanship. All right, so let me go ahead and write this up here real quick. I'll copy this straight. Actually, I can project it, couldn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Let me just go ahead and project it, and then you guys can copy it straight from there. Teammates, coaches, and officials. All right. So officials, that means like referees, right? See the guys in the zebra stripes, the refs? Yep. So those are officials. And also, we have, I'll write it over here. Everybody got this part?
Mm-hmm.
Fun, friendship, cultural perception, team building, and health. It doesn't have this on here, but make sure you have it on there. Health benefits. Health. I wrote that a little left-handed. But anyway, you guys got it. Fun, friendship, cultural perception, team building, health. Camera person, you still doing good?
Mm-hmm.
Got plenty of battery, plenty of film? Alright. Sportsmanship. Teammates. Opponents. Opponents, coaches, and officials. Treat each other with respect. So you know that is with, that's the shorthand. If any of you guys want to take notes, you can put the W in the slash. That stands for rip. So if you're writing a whole bunch of notes for one of your other classes, you can just do that, and that's a shorthand. Have a little code. It'll help speed up when a teacher's talking real quick. All right. So treat each other with respect. Teammates, opponents, coaches, and officials. So if you're cheating, you're not really respecting the other people and their ability to play, right? That's why cheating is wrong. It's disrespectful. And just like as myself as a teacher, I always treat you with respect. Remember, from day one, whenever you get to boot camp, I say, I'm going to treat you with respect, you treat me with respect, we get along just fine, and that always works. I haven't been disrespected by a student yet, and I've never disrespected a student. So that's part of the fun in how we get along, right? So it's fun in sports too, when everybody treats each other with respect. Teammates, that means even the people on your own team, you want to say, hey, good job, get it next time, right? Opponents, there's some trash talking, but you can still do it respectfully. Sometimes you're challenging people, right? But it's still done with respect. Coaches can lose it on the side, get crazy, you know, but as long as they're still respectful at the end of the day, they're good. And officials. So that's all adds to, what is this? Here's the word here. Sportsmanship. I'll write it real big over there. S-P-O-R-T, sportsmanship. Sportsmanship. All right. Teammates, opponent, coaches, official, treat each other with respect. Okay, we got that. Okay, so I got another special treat for you. I found a highlight video of people from different sports treating each other with sportsmanship. Or this is NFL one. Yeah, we'll do that one.
Nice hit, man.
What did he just say? He said, nice hit, man. That's right. Talk positive.
Yeah, I knocked my one. I got you. Oh, I appreciate the sorry, thanks. Well, that's Elvis. Appreciate it, man.
He said, sorry. These guys are at the top of their game. They made it through all the high school playing, all the college playing. They got to the NFL. They're the best of the best. They make a mistake or hit somebody or something like that. What do they say?